the easier your emotions are to provoke, the easier you're able to be controlled.
This little girl grabs the fattest amount of cocaine on this knife, bro. It just straight up eats it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Koffee and Kicks. This is episode 6 now.
Episode 6, baby.
Heck yeah! So we're super glad to be here. We got some pretty good topics to talk about today. Some cool questions, some things that are basically gonna allow you to kind of get to know us a little bit more.
Yep.
Allow us to kind of be a little bit more vulnerable.
Yep.
Say things that sometimes people just don't want to say because, to be honest with you, we live in a society where a lot of people are insecure, bro. Like they're not confident in themselves.
Yeah.
So like I think a part of that, like a part of being confident in yourself, is being able to accept the things that you're not so comfortable with about yourself. So
yeah,
we're gonna get into this, man. You got anything for him?
Man, nothing much, just the usual. If you're here from Everybody Hates Jay, make sure that you go over. There you go, right there. You know the voice. You know what I'm saying? If you hear from that right now, if you just heard that, make sure that you go down to the link in the description below and hit that link, Koffee and Kicks podcast. Go over there right now, click that subscribe, because that's where the episodes will start being posted. I think we're gonna post until like episode 10, somewhere around there. And then I think after that, we're gonna cut it off, and it's just gonna be Koffee and Kicks, trying to get that thing grown. So make sure that you guys go over there and hit that subscribe right now. But that's it for me, man. Just the usual. So,
heck yeah.
But I mean, it's the weekend right now. You know what I'm saying? So you just completed your first week of work, right?
Yep.
So how's that now, being in the field now?
I mean, it's pretty good.
It
was a pretty good first week.
Yeah.
I mean, just lots of like online trainings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Learning the device, like the it's called an EMR, or electronic medical record. Just like learning all the ins and outs of that. But like honestly, bro, I do not like being on the computer, like learning.
Yeah.
Not through trainings. I don't know. Like it's just not individualized to like the way I learn.
Bro, yeah.
Like it's like giving someone a standardized test or something like that.
Yeah. But I hate the training stuff too, especially because whenever you do that training, they make you sign like every single thing that you trained over.
Yeah.
So that way they can always say, no, you were trained on that. You know what I mean? And like they cram weeks worth of information down your head in like a week, you know what I'm saying? Literally. A few days. And then like if you forget any of that information and like you mess up somewhere along the line, then they're like, no, we trained you on that. You know what I mean? Like I've kind of had that issue going on at my job now. Yeah. Because like I didn't understand how something worked. And so I was doing it incorrectly. And then whenever it came back and I realized like, oh snap, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting hit for this. Yeah. Then I'm like, yo, I didn't understand this. And they're like, oh no, you signed a piece of paper during training. Yeah. And I'm like, during training?
Did you only get that like type of training like through the training online?
I don't even know I honestly don't even remember being like trained on that specific thing. Really? I truly don't, even now, but they're like, you signed a piece of paper saying you understood.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's tough because like, I feel like going through all of these like training modules, like they have basically become to where like I'm getting it. Like you have to do like it's called a test of proficiency at the end of everyone. Like, and I can do those things, but like But whenever I have a task on command, am I gonna be able to recall all of this?
Exactly.
Because like like the first 5 days, bro, legitimately, like I went out in the field once, and the rest of it was like legitimately learning the EMR, the system, and some of it was review, like infection prevention, they were doing HIPAA, like patient confidentiality, and all that stuff. Like some of that stuff, like I already know, like it's fine, right. But like this like device stuff, I'm like, bro, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to remember all this and like be able to apply it like in a real world setting unless I go out and actually try to do it. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Yeah. But dude, that's funny that they was like, nope, you know it,
bro. I was literally so salty. I'm like, I signed a piece of paper and like it made me want to go back and just drill them with questions from training, like, what's the load weight for a forklift whenever it's at, so you know what I mean? Like there's so many crazy questions on there that like the average person is not going to even remember that stuff. Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, but you signed the paper, you know the training, you should know, you're the manager, you know what I mean? Because I know they wouldn't know, but
for sure,
whatever. But anyway, so getting on to some of the first topics of the day. Over the weekend, me and Skylar went and seen Cocaine Bear.
Okay.
Have you seen the previews for that?
I have seen the previews for
So, yeah, for those that haven't seen the previews for that, basically it's a story which is based on a true story loosely based on a true story, let me say that, about a bear. So first off, there was this guy. He was a drug smuggler. Okay. And so his plane went down.
He was a mule.
Yeah, he was a mule or whatever. He was like, it was in the 80s, so they had all those guys flying the planes and stuff. Yeah. So his plane went down. And the plane crashed or whatever, and it had like, I don't know how much cocaine, but lots of cocaine. Like he was found with 23 kilos on him, a bag with 23 keys on him. So dang. I think they discovered over like 300 pounds, like over like the course of a few months. But
wow.
Anyway, so he dropped his cocaine, and some of the cocaine got into like a forest or whatever, and a bear got into it. And so in the movie, like this bear, bro, is just getting yiked up on cocaine the entire movie, really? Bro. Just like,
was it like killing people and stuff?
Bro, massacring people, bro.
Really?
Dude, it was
like going into the towns and stuff?
No. It was just people that were going into the woods.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, because he was just, he was chilling, bro. He was in the woods, bro.
Where was it, what state was it? Like, what state?
Georgia.
Georgia?
Yeah, so this is in the Georgia forest.
And what year?
This is in 85.
Dang.
Yeah, this is in 1985. In the Georgia forest, and the movie is so funny, bro, because it's a story, like it starts off with these two little kids, right? And these two little kids are out there in the woods, and they find some of the cocaine first. And so I know I'm ruining the movie, so if you guys have already seen the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, you might want to click off, you know what I'm saying, because I'm about to ruin some of it for you. But these kids,
just mute it, don't click off.
Yeah, don't click off, just mute it. There you go. But these two kids, bro, they find the cocaine, bro, and they're like, the little boy, he's trying to act all cool in front of the little girl, and he's like, yeah, I've done coke before. They're like 10 years old, bro. He's like, yeah, I've done coke before, and she's like, you have not, and he's like, yeah, I have. That's crazy. And then she's like, here, do something.
Oh, snap.
And then he's like, all right. He's like, no, you do it first. I've already done it before. She's like, fine. So she takes it, bro. They have like a knife, and she's like, how much am I supposed to do? And he's like, I don't know, like a tablespoon, I guess. Bro, this little girl grabs the fattest amount of cocaine on this knife, bro, and just straight up eats it, bro. Like, ends up spitting it out. But so long story short, it's basically just the story about how this bear just sits in the woods all day and gets yikes up off coke. And anytime like someone comes around, because there's so much coke, like they're all finding it and stuff. And like anytime someone has coke on them, he pretty much just goes crazy for it, and he's just like chasing them down and like killing them so he can get the coke.
This is based on a true story.
So it's loosely based on a true story. The real story is the guy. Gosh, I can't even remember his first name. Something Thornton. Like I said, he was a drug smuggler in the 80s, and he was carrying a bunch of cocaine. His plane went down, and he jumped out of the plane, but his parachute failed when he jumped out of the plane. So he just ended up crashing and dying. You know what I mean? And they found him in somebody's backyard. Dead.
Dang.
Like imagine going out to your backyard right now and there's a man dead with a bag of 23 keys of cocaine on him.
Dude.
I'm taking at least half.
Bro.
Hey, that day he only had 13 keys of coke.
Dude. I mean, because how much money would that be?
I don't even know, bro. I mean,
dude, did you
based on the movies, a kilo of cocaine goes for like, what, $5,000, maybe more?
I don't know.
Somebody who's a real deal drug dealer, drop a comment below and let us know how much a kilo of cocaine goes for.
Yeah, just incriminate yourself. Did you see like recently, like there was a submarine, 2 people on the submarine, and they seized like $87 million worth of cocaine.
That's crazy, bro. They going through the water now?
Dude, the submarine, like, they like passed out off the submarine or something like that. Dude,
yeah.
Super fast on.
But yeah, just to finish the cocaine bear story real quick. So the real story, the bear, they actually just found a bear, and whenever they like cut it open, he was basically had like a bunch of cocaine in him.
Really?
So he never did, like, they don't know what happened in between the time that the bear got the cocaine and the time that he died. but they just found a bear basically with a bunch of cocaine. So it's kind of actually a boring story, but they flipped it and made a really good movie out of it.
All right, dude. So check this out. This was March 13th of this year. Ghost submarine with $87.7 million of cocaine and 2 bodies aboard seized off of coast of Colombia.
Bro, I mean,
$87 million.
I feel like in nowadays time it's just too scary. But in the 80s, bro, like, I mean, how hard would it have been to resist getting into that trade if you like knew how to fly or like you had some in, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I mean, I watch some movies and like, of course, like it's a movie, but I'm sure that there's a little bit of truth to it. Some like that guy that was a pilot and he was being utilized by a cartel, bro, like 2 or 3 million a week.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the money that they were making, bro, was like outrageous, bro.
What's crazy, but this is the thing though. This is what's crazy. Like if you did have the opportunity to make $2 to $3 million a week, but like it was illegal, that's what I couldn't do.
Yeah,
it would just give me too much anxiety.
Too much anxiety.
Like I have legitimately money to the ceiling, and I acquired it illegally.
Yeah, because then it's like, how do you spend that? You have to go through a lot more illegal hoops to spend that money. Like, but I feel like the only thing, like I said, in today's time, that's a much more like scary thing. You know what I mean? But like in the 80s when it was so new, bro, and like everybody was doing it.
Or nowadays, it's easier to hide it. Because like the problem with that is, you know, like you take someone who on average, you know, like may make $80,000 a year on paper, and then all of a sudden, you're starting to drive, you know, like extremely expensive vehicles, or you're buying new planes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like you just got a new house.
Yeah,
and I was like, where did this money come? Like that's where like that's where you get flagged.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, dude. What was that movie with Denzel Washington playing him, like Frank Lucas or something like that?
Oh yeah, American Gangster.
American Gangster, yeah, dude. So like in that movie, like when he was like basically calling out, I think it was
his brother.
Yeah, for like being so flashy.
Yeah,
like you're doing too much. Like you're like telling on yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I think that like that's what happens whenever, like $2 million a week. Like you have to claim that money somehow.
You have to, bro, and like that's the hardest part about it. I think like it's easy to kind of make it and maybe kind of stay under the radar, but
how do you clean it?
How do you clean that much money that quickly? I mean, it's just coming in too quick,
dude. Like you turn into a Walter White on Breaking Bad, and
dude.
Have storage
no
containers of just money just sitting there,
dude. Literally. Yeah, that whole era of like drug smuggling and stuff, bro, it's so interesting to me, bro. It's just like
it is super interesting.
It was just like it was like the wild, wild west almost, like of drugs, you know, and like everybody was just like making buku money off this shit, and at like super large levels, you know what I mean? Like if those guys were making $2 to $3 million a week, imagine how much like Escobar, you know what I'm saying? Like billions a week type thing.
Pablo.
But so that was the cocaine bear. That whole thing was pretty funny, but I forgot what I was about to say. I guess that'll just take us right into my next thing. My next thing was something that I thought was pretty funny. I kind of already had a story lined up for this one, but like, what's one of the most like embarrassing? All right. What's like one of the most embarrassing things that you've probably like ever went through? It just feels weird like to shoot whenever you're not sitting here.
Yeah. But one thing I noticed about all the other podcasts, bro, is that like sometimes people will get up. Like I watched the 3.5 hour one of Drink Champs and them. Yeah. And like there's times where like they would get up.
I mean, when you're sitting there for 3.5 hours, someone's gotta go use the restroom at some point.
All right. And honestly, dude, I was just checking to see if it was still going. Yeah. But dude, okay, so one of the most embarrassing moments in my life, bro. Man, there's quite a few.
Yeah, I definitely have a couple.
Dude, but okay, so I have a really cliche embarrassing moment that happened to me. So I was actually freshman at CCC, and like I went to the bathroom, and because I had like upset stomach and stuff, so like I had to go to the bathroom, blow it up. Bro.
Yeah,
I didn't have a choice. Okay, because I had to go to class. Okay, and legitimate. So like, if I use the bathroom in a public restroom, bro,
yeah,
like I'm the kind of person that's gonna clean that toilet stool before I use it.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to sit down, like especially if like it just like Germex, bro. Like there's been times where like I've taken Germex with me just to clean the stool, just because I'm just like, this is public like bathroom.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of people that
all types of booties been sitting on that
exactly.
toilet.
And like when I think about that, bro, I take like full like, all right, we need to disinfect a little bit.
Bro, you need to carry around the whole thing and disinfect it at all times. Just
dude, I literally have one on my bag, bro. I literally have an alcohol based hand rub.
Yeah,
literally attached to my bag.
That's funny.
But back to the story. So after I used the bathroom, okay, like I sat down toilet paper, and like legitimately, bro, a piece of toilet paper got stuck in my pants.
Oh no,
dude! So check this out. So what's funny, and I don't even know if anyone noticed it, bro.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even notice it until I got back to the to the classroom, and my buddy Josh was like, "Bro, somebody put toilet paper in your pants."
Bro was just walking around with doo-doo butt.
Bro, and check this out. It wasn't even. It was the toilet paper that I used to create a barrier.
Yeah.
On this stool.
Yeah.
It wasn't like one that was used to wipe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, that was probably that was probably one of like, I was like, when that happened to me, bro, I was just like, oh dang, bro, they got me.
They got me. You just played it off.
Dude, no, but like I just think that's just like one of the most like cliche.
Yeah.
Like that's what you see on movies. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying?
that's
like
funny,
I never
bro.
thought that would happen.
That reminds me. All right, so this isn't the one I was thinking, but a really embarrassing time. Just recently, whenever we was in Vegas, and we were at SneakerCon, I was vending, and I seen it was Lil Fizz, and dude, for some reason,
from B2K,
yeah, from B2K,
bro.
For some reason, bro, I knew that he was a rapper or whatnot, but like I could not think of who he was, bro.
Did you fanboy him?
No, I didn't fanboy him at all. I try not to ever fanboy, you know what I mean? But I seen him anyways.
I couldn't help myself when I met Marco Flocka, but we can go to that next.
No, yeah, I didn't fanboy. I just completely fucked up, bro. Like I went up to him, bro, because I'm like, I could not think of his name, bro. And I'm like, who is this? And I'm like, Coco Bangs, that's who that is. And I'm like, that's who it is, Kirko Bangs. I'm like, bet. So like he kept kind of coming around my table and like looking at my table and stuff. So eventually, like when I seen him, because I was off doing some filming, and I seen him, he was like standing in front of my table, like looking directly. So I'm like, oh, he's over there. I'm like, I gotta go talk to him. You know,
he's at your table.
Yeah, he was at my table. So I went over there, and the first thing I said was, "Kirko Banger in the building."
On camera?
No, it wasn't on camera. I didn't have my camera out, but I was just like, "Kirko Banger in the building," and this dude looks at me and goes, "Kirko Bangs," and I said, "Nah, I'm just messing with you, man. How you doing, bro? It's nice to meet you." Like, still thinking to myself, who are you? Like, who are you then? But yeah, no, dude, I was like so embarrassed, bro. And I'm just like, I just had to play it off. You know what I mean? I'm just like, just pretty much acting like I was just messing with him or joking with him or whatnot. And then whenever he walked away, like Darius was, I'm like, who is that, bro? And he was like, that's Lil Fizz. And I'm like, oh, that's right, Lil Fizz.
Bro.
So embarrassing, bro.
Legitimately called this man Kirko Bangs.
Kirko Bangs, bro. I don't know why I thought it was. I just couldn't think of his name,
Bangs
bro.
In the building, he said Kirko Bangs.
He said Kirko Bangs. I was like, oh damn, who are you, dude?
My dude said, that's crazy. Didn't you meet RDC World too?
Yeah, I did meet RDC World there. That was pretty fun. They were funny because I was messing with them and like acting like I was like photographer or like filming them and stuff, and just like would not stop. Like they were just like. But I didn't say anything. That was the crazy thing. I just came up to him with a camera.
And just recording him.
And just recording him. Like,
just being a nuisance.
You know what I mean? Just like in their face. Go check out that video. That's a fire video. But it was funny, bro, because they're just like, Bro, what are you doing?
They were kind of like awkward laughing too, weren't they?
Yes, bro. Everybody was, bro. That was like the whole, like the name of like the bit, the awkward cameraman.
I got you.
Yeah. But no, so one of the most embarrassing times in my life for real though was, you kind of already know about this story.
I do.
Yeah, you do. But 4th grade, Star in the East.
Oh man.
Star in the East. That's all I gotta say. Look, Star in the East. You see his face, right? Man. This is something that everybody, especially around Christmas time.
Like, I mean, and it was in front of a couple hundred.
A couple of hundred, bro.
A couple hundred people.
A few hundred people.
That this man sang a solo.
Bro, literally, I cannot live this down. Every single Christmas time, there's someone in the family that's gonna mock me for this. But
there's a star in the
bro, so I legitimately think
higher.
I think she did that on purpose, bro. Like, let me just give y'all a little bit of backstory. First off, I was kind of a troubled kid, okay? I was kind of bad at school, and I gave the teachers a lot of hell. Just kind of, bro. Just a little bit. Just got swats my first 2 weeks at the school, but
just every day of every
But I was a little troublesome back then in those days, so I felt like my teacher had it out for me. I think Miss Blackard had it out for me. And she was like, you want to be the center of attention? You want to be the kid that's always, you know what I'm saying, being noticed and stuff? They're going to notice you this time. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like that was her intention. So anyway, every year at this school, we do a Christmas play. Usually everybody from 4th grade and under are just like backups, extras, and singers. And then the 5th and 6th graders are like the leading roles. So I was in 4th grade this year, and there comes a solo that she needs sung. And this solo is supposed to be sung in a soprano voice. I do not have a soprano voice at all. And whenever I remember practicing that song, and literally that's what she used to tell me is higher, higher, higher. And I'm just like, she's like, higher? And I'm like, how do I go higher?
And you were also in 4th grade, right?
Yeah, I was in 4th grade.
Your voice was also a little bit higher.
Yeah, it was a little bit higher, of course, but like still.
But she was just pushing
it, bro. Like, you cannot tell that this doesn't sound good before you put me in front of 400 people and do this. So anyway, the most embarrassing part about that, because
man, that was so funny.
Honestly, for me, like, I don't really care that much, you know what I mean? Like, I know I can't sing, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at that time, I thought I could sing a little bit, you know what I mean? But I wasn't really too worried about it. The thing that was the most embarrassing was being on stage, right, in front of all those people and all those lights, singing that song, right, having the biggest crush in the world on Leah Wagner, looking right out in the crowd and just seeing her just laughing, bro. That killed me, bro. When I seen her laugh, bro, my heart sank, bro, and I was just immediately like sweating, bro. Dude, like, I'm sweating. Hilarious. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm tensing up, bro.
Dude, that's
like,
hilarious.
Bro, my life ended, bro. My life ended that night on stage.
Dude, she was older than you, wasn't she?
So much older, bro. She was in like high school, dude. She was in like high school. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, she's laughing at me. Killed my spirit, bro. Dude, absolutely.
Dude, that I don't think I've ever heard that story.
No, bro, because it's so embarrassing, bro.
Dude, that is hilarious, bro.
Bro, that was what killed me, bro.
That's new to me. That's new to me.
That is what killed me, bro. That is the most embarrassing part of that. 'Cause up until that point, I was all right. You know what I mean? I didn't care.
His heart.
But that one, dude, that one definitely busted me.
Man, I'm trying to think of another embarrassing moment that I've had.
Well, while you think of one, I got another good one.
Uh-huh.
So, again, at Tyro, all my most embarrassing things happen from Tyro. Those are some of my most embarrassing moments. So, now I'm in, like, middle school, right? Like, 8th grade. You know, I'm coming into myself, you know what I mean? And I got my first phone, you know what I mean? And so, like, me being a curious 8th grader, you know what I'm saying? I looked at some naked girls on my phone, you know what I mean? And one day, I'm coming down the steps. Mr. Bird comes around the steps and he like sees, I'm like texting someone or whatever. He sees me. And so he's like, JL, you got a phone? Like, he's like already surprised because I have a phone. He's like, you know, you're not supposed to be on your phones like during school hours. Like, give me that. So he took my phone. So I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He took it. And we go throughout the whole day. We do PE. PE is like my last class of the day. After we finish PE, he's like, he calls, he's like, everybody come in. We come in. He's like, JL, I need to talk to you in my office when we get back. And I'm like, thinking in my head, like, bro, I've been good today. Like, what could I have done? You know what I mean? Like, what could I have done? I've been good today. So we get into the office, and he's like, so I noticed that whenever I came around the corner, you were acting really suspicious with your phone. And I'm like, duh, I was acting suspicious with my phone. I'm not supposed to have it. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to hide that thing. Yeah. And he's like, so I went ahead and took the liberty to look through it. And I seen some disturbing images that you had been looking at on the internet. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, how did he even get there, bro? Like, what in the world? So anyway, he calls Aunt Ginger and Uncle Eddie. They pretty much are like infuriated and whatnot, and they take my phone away. Mm-hmm. The most embarrassing part, though, is this dude gives me a whole lecture about Ted Bundy and how he was like a rapist and killed like a serial killer of women, and how he like freaking porn like started that all, and like sent me home with this documentary about Ted Bundy, and like made me go home and watch it with Uncle Eddie or Aunt Ginger, and was like, and then like made me write a report on it. Like, bro, that. And the most embarrassing part about that was sitting on the couch watching this freaking documentary with Uncle Eddie, and then Jesse walking by and just kind of like looking at me like, rapist. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, I freaking hate this school, bro.
Dude, that's wild. I did not know that. Like, also, I think it's kind of weird. I don't know. Like, I just don't know how I feel about like it. You can take the phone, but like, to go through it
is weird, especially to get that deep. Like, cause I mean, this was a flip phone, bro. Like, It took me 30 minutes to figure out how to get to the internet. You know what I mean?
But he was also, Mr. Bird was also pretty tech savvy. Yeah, like he was on that for 100%. Like, if you give him a phone or honestly give me some sort of like electronic device, he was one of the boomers that was like millennial when it came to that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but sure. That's weird though. What was what he was trying to say that like if you're looking at porn,
you can basically become this
or adult content.
Yeah,
it's how Ye says it. Yeah. So like if you're looking at adult content, then like you like he was kind of alluding to like you could become a rapist and kill people
basically.
Or maybe he just thought that you were just like you were a grooming serial killer.
I guess so. But I think that may have also, I don't know if that happened before or after that whole thing with Hillary. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but I remember that. Ooh, yeah.
Let's talk about that. The time that Keith almost got me in a lot of trouble.
Definitely not.
Yes.
No way.
It was you.
I know.
And I got blamed for it.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that. Yeah, we can talk about that off camera.
All right, we'll talk about that off camera. But just know, this dude Keith got me in a lot of trouble almost once, and I'll never forget that.
Well, I mean, like it's almost like this. Whenever like if someone is a repeated offender in a like
bro, don't say it like that, bro. Repeated offender, no, that's not the right word. Don't say that, no. Why? Don't call me a repeated offender, bro. No,
like just in the sense of like just in the sense of like you always broke the rules.
Okay.
Like you always broke the law of the land. So like if someone is like I'm thinking about this like judge, like if a judge knows that this type of that something is when something goes wrong of this nature, this individual is always involved somehow. That's more than likely always going to be the first person. Like, all right, where was this person at? Like, let's just make sure that this one wasn't it. But and basically, like,
I'm dead.
Yeah, dude, no, because like, and dude, I just did as a joke too.
Yeah,
like I was literally just joking, but like, I basically put a note in one of like the girl's bags or her purse.
That I had another girl that was way too old that I had a huge crush on.
Yeah, and like honestly, just a high school stupid thing to do, like a very disturbing thing. Like,
and if she knew that it was you, it wouldn't have been a deal.
Oh, 100%. She told me that. She literally told me that. She was like, oh, if I would have known that you did that, I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
But she thought it was you.
Yeah.
So, and And you said that you liked her too during that time, so she was probably kind of creeped out by you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I was like that young kid that liked all the older high school girls. Like, I remember ever since first grade, like junior high and high school girls was the girls that I liked. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and like I wasn't ashamed to be like, "You're pretty, I like you." Like,
yeah, that's creepy.
But I never did anything like weird. I was just a young kid that liked older women.
And she was definitely like, I mean, like you definitely annoyed her.
Yeah.
Like you did everyone.
Still do.
Yeah. But like, yeah, she literally told, she's like, oh, if I do it, I use the one, which honestly, like, now I think about it, I was like, yeah, like if someone did that as a joke, you should tell your parents.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, hey, this note was put in my bag today. Like, you should tell your parents, because like, that was a stupid thing. Like, I think about it now, bro. I was like, that was a very stupid thing.
Well, times are way different though now. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
Things like that you don't want to let go unnoticed, because you never know if it's gonna be a joke or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, this day and age, yeah, for sure. Like then, like, I mean, like, to joke about that was something that like we just did.
Yeah.
And maybe it was like, like I always think about, like, it's something that like the generational like trauma that can happen, like the things that the boomers did and how that affects the millennials, like the way that they raised them, or the way they interacted with them, and like everything that was instilled in us, and how that affects, you know, like Gen Z, like the people below us. And it's just like there was a lot of things that like that I felt like that we should joke about, things that we would say that, like, to be honest with you, like at that time it seemed so like innocent, like you didn't see like make anything of it.
Yeah.
But like now I think about it, it's like those are like such intense things to be joking about. You know what I'm saying? Like intense things, like like joking about the worst things, you know, that could happen.
Yeah.
And almost like it was just like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that like some of that is like maybe the joking of that, and then that stuff being real now, like you know, like I don't, like my mind goes there. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think that sometimes like it's almost becoming too like censored almost in a way? You know what I mean? Like everything is like,
I think,
so offensive that you can't, like, nobody can make any jokes. You know what I mean? Nobody can say anything because someone's gonna get offended and canceled or whatever.
Right.
And
I think, I mean, and that's something I think about all the time too. Like, because like I'm really not a big fan of canceling people. Just because like I really think that everyone's voice should be heard.
Right.
Even if the opinion is something that I aggressively disagree with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, like even if the opinion is something that I find a little bit offensive, you know what I'm saying, I still am not the biggest fan of like canceling people.
But what if those opinions are influencing like mass people to do violent things?
And that's where I get to that gray line, because like I do think that there are times where like things can be said that needs to be taken down. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that there's just a free for all. You know what I'm saying? Like this should be somewhat of a law. Like you can't just blatantly threaten to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like there is things that you cannot say, just like things you cannot do. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like the thing, I think an issue that we can run into nowadays is, like you said, like, I mean, it's almost to the point where like you can't even acknowledge that we are different races. You know what I'm saying? Like, like there's times where like people will be like shocked that I'll just blatantly ask someone, what ethnicity are you? Like, where are you from? You know what I'm saying? Not and like it's just some like taboo subject. Like, and I think like whenever it gets to that point is where I feel like we may be going a little bit too far. Because like there's nothing wrong with someone asking someone else out of genuine curiosity, right, what your ethnicity is. Like sometimes people admire people, you know. Like one day I was so I was working for Rams, and I don't know, I was in Illinois, Iowa, one of those states up there, in the like North Midwest. And I was just in there, and I was like, I was on lunch break, so I was at a gas station, and this lady, like, she gave me my total, and I was thumbing through my bands, and And no, I was with my wallet and trying to get the cash out. And I look up and this woman's just staring at me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like since we are talking about this, I should say the race of the other woman. This was a white woman, and I look up, okay, and she's just staring at me, like, and I could tell, like, okay, that's not a normal just like glance, look away. You are staring at me,
yeah.
And she's like, she's looking at me, and like I look up, make eye contact with her, does not break eye contact, still just staring at me, and she's just like, I'm just trying to like see where you're from or like what your ancestry is, and I'm just like. And she was, and basically asked me like, "What's my ethnicity?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, I've African American and Native, blood. And she's like, "Oh, that makes sense. The high cheekbones." And so it's just like things like that. Like I know some people who would be offended.
Yeah.
Like that would the fact that you're talking about my race right now.
Yeah.
Is not okay.
Or you're assuming my race because of my high cheekbones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not okay. And I think that like in that sense like. Everyone's different, but like I think that like there's a point where you can wear your feelings on your shoulder a little bit too aggressively,
right? To
where like everyone like you're a ticking time bomb. You know what I'm saying? And like, but then again, I think everyone's emotional. Like everyone experiences emotions.
Yeah.
What if this is just the time that human wasn't in the best emotional state?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that's not how that person is all the time? But since this is said at this time, this is the reaction that you're getting. And then now you can make this like view that like everyone's getting soft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that person's not like that all the time? And that's my issue with social media is because like you can see something on social media, bro, the propaganda that will just be fled across.
Yeah.
And like, but like sometimes like the social media and the real life stuff don't go parallel.
Right.
And like that's why I think that like where you have to like be able to like social media is its own thing.
Yeah.
Like you don't like that is not reality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like
virtual reality, VR.
Yeah. I mean like but like that's kind of where I go with that. And like what do you think about like do you think that we're going to a point where things are just kind of getting, out of control? Like
I think that, so honestly, bro, like it's getting to a scary place, you know what I mean? Because there's no way to regulate it, you know what I mean? Because on one hand, you can't have people like, and I'm just going to use this for reference, you know what I mean? You can't have people like Trump saying things that he says and then inciting like the violence that we saw at the Capitol.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
I feel that.
You can't censor Trump without, you know what I'm saying, like censoring other people that are saying, I mean, honestly, you can't censor Trump without censoring Ye. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, and it's just getting to a point to where like, who's in charge? You know what I mean? Like who's to say that? Because at that point, it's all about who you like. You know what I mean? Like even if it's a committee, you know what I'm saying? If a committee of people decide that they like Trump, you know what I'm saying, but they don't like Ye, then they can censor Ye and leave Trump's up, you know what I'm saying? Or the vice versa, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's kind of getting to a scary point, but you can't just allow people to be able to be on these platforms and say things that incite people to do or encourage people to do hateful, violent things and possibly, fatal things, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like you can't stop, if you can't stop them all, and there's no way to stop everybody from just saying, you know what I'm saying, crazy stuff. Yeah. You almost just have to let it fly. You know what I mean?
Dude, so answer this question for me. Would you rather be on so if we drew a line right down the middle, okay? Yeah. On the right side, we have, all right, we're going to let things get said. And you know what? Things might happen for that. Okay? Would you rather be on that side? Would you rather be on that side? Or would you rather be on, all right, so like, we don't want things to be happening. Okay,
I'm gonna take the other side.
So we're gonna choke you a little bit.
Nah,
we're gonna tighten the rope a little bit.
I'm gonna be on the side of freedom, bro. Me too. Every time, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, I don't want to be in a country where I can't say what I feel. You know what I mean? If I really believe this, and this is how I truly feel, I should be able to say that. You know what I mean? And I think it comes down to us as people should be mindful of the things that we say.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because there's a way to voice your opinion without encouraging people to do violence. You know what I mean? And so I feel like with that being said, it really comes down to us as people on what we want. You know what I'm saying? If you're just one of those hateful people that want to encourage and incite violence, then you really just have, you know what I'm saying, a fair playground. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the kind of the downside to it. But at the same time, like, there's people out there with ideas and things that may be off the wall, but may be, you know what I'm saying, like the future. You know what I mean? And so who's to suppress that? You know?
Yeah, and I agree with you, especially in the sense of like whoever's in that position, however they think, if they want to be able to censor someone, then they can. Yeah. And they can be completely one-sided if they want to. Right. And I think that's like we don't want that. Right. Like even if things were like that in the past, we don't want that going to the other side either. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in the Hunger Games. Yeah. Whenever they got down President Snow, like whenever he was finally done, they captured they have all their kids, and then Coin suggest that they do a Hunger Games with their kids. It's just like, no, that's not what this is. Yeah. Like I understand that, like, you may not like the way someone is or the way that they operate, but like doing to them or trying to get back at them isn't always the best thing to go forward. And I think that, like, the main thing is, like, I feel like people should be thinking more about, like, not now. Don't be so, like, in the instant, like, what is this decision going to do? Let's think about how this decision is going to play out, you know, like, down the road. Yeah. And, I definitely agree on that. Yeah.
It's a touchy subject.
Train of thought right there.
You said what? Lost your train of thought?
Yeah.
Bro, it's so easy, like, whenever you're in conversation like that, to lose your train of thought.
Or whenever you're, like, kind of going off.
Yeah.
And you're like deep in thought, and you have, like, multiple thoughts going on. Like,
exactly.
Like, when I talk, like, when I start talking, bro, like, I'll have, like, multiple different, like, trails of thought.
Me too.
That my brain sees to go down.
Right.
When I'm like speaking about something that's like, that has different outcomes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why like I really wanted you on this podcast with me. Yeah. Because that's kind of how I am too. You know what I mean? And that, like, I mean, that makes for great podcast hosts, you know what I'm saying? Like, people that can just talk, you know what I'm saying, about so many different things. You never know how the thing can come out. Because I know Skylar, sometimes she kind of gets, like, upset with me, like, because whenever I'm, like, telling her a story, like, I'm, you know what I'm saying, my brain is, like, piecing together all these different parts of this story, you know, the backstory, you know what I'm saying, maybe a little bit of, what do they call it whenever you're, like, foreshadowing, you know what I mean, and different things like that. And I'm, like, doing that all in the mix of the story, and she's like, just get to the point. Yeah. And I'm like, my bad.
I feel that. No, for sure. Yeah. Okay, it's just like in your mind, you're just like, no, like, I have to say it like this because this is the way it has to be said.
This is the way it has to be said. It adds, you know what I'm saying, to the story. You know what I'm saying? Facts. It makes the story interesting. Like,
for sure.
I want you to be interested in my story. I don't want to tell the story and then you be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I want you to be like, what? He did what?
But sometimes, dude, like there does come a time when, like, some people can, like,
get too lost.
Like, like, you're dragging us all down.
Yeah.
Like, you do need to get to the point.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. Dude, it's even worse when they talk slow.
Yeah. That's kind of funny. I remember back in the day whenever we used to go to church and stuff all the time. That's kind of how I felt about Bishop Thurston sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, he was so electrifying that, like, you would be in it for so long, but he preached for so long that, like, by hour 2, you're like, all right, let's wrap this up now,
dude.
You know what I'm saying? You had me captured for 2 hours. Now you need to wrap this thing up,
dude. He would have a sermon before the sermon,
literally, and then have a sermon after the sermon,
literally. Like, he would, like, there was a warm up, a working set, and a cool down, like, legitimately,
yes,
like straight scripture,
literally. But all right, let me see. I got, like, maybe one more. We probably got enough time to give y'all one more. Oh, this one. I wanted to ask you this one. This is a good one. Y'all know, you know what I'm saying, Koffee and Kicks here, you know what I'm saying, my boy right here loves what was that? I like that. All right.
Yeah, so, I know y'all heard that sound in the ad libs on, like, some music.
Probably. Yeah.
You know
I mean, especially nowadays, bro. That's like one of the most commonly used ad libs. Even I did that in that song that I just made the other day. Coming soon, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned for that. But
that's not ready to be talked about yet.
Not yet. No, we're not gonna talk about that yet. It's
yo, let's play a little bit for him.
What part? Time heals all. No. So anyway, y'all know my boy here. He loves the coffee. You know what I'm saying? That's his name. You know what I'm saying? Koffee and Kicks is the name of the pod. He's the coffee side of it. So a really good question that I had for you: if you could have coffee with any historical figure, who would it be and why? It don't even have to be an historical figure. It could be anybody. Anybody that's not alive.
Oh, they can't be alive?
You know what? They can even be alive.
Yay.
Just anybody.
Yay.
You would have coffee with Ye? Why would you have coffee with Ye?
Just because of there's not many people in the world that you can talk to that will be as open and honest as he is with you.
Do you think that he will be open to your ideas or just kind of like closed off and just, you know what I'm saying, spitting his ideas?
Well, based off of that Drink Champs, he listens. Like, he doesn't just like say you're wrong or things like that. Like, I mean, he didn't in that interview. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
what he didn't, I mean, yeah, he listened, but did he really like conversate on their topic? You know what I'm saying? Or it was more like he would listen. You know, he would close his mouth and listen.
Yeah. But
as soon as he started talking again, it was about his ideas and his thoughts and his opinions.
I can see that.
So I feel like having a conversation with Ye is, you're the one that's gonna have to be open. You know what I mean? Because it's just gonna be him spouting off his ideas. You know, no one thinks.
Well, it just depends. I mean, like I think the reason why I would like to talk to him, is because I would like to press him. Yeah. And like basically, essentially, by pressing, meaning if you say something that I don't agree with, and it's clear to me that something can be a different way, then I'm gonna press you on the way I think. Yeah. And I think that like if he can, explain things in a way that, I understand it, you know what I'm saying, or it makes sense to me, then like I wouldn't have any issue with being open to anything he says. But like I don't think that I would interview him any different than I would anyone else. Like, well, yeah. I think and
you can't.
You said what?
You can't.
What do you mean?
Like, as someone that's truly, you know what I'm saying, like trying to be passionate about and true to like, I guess the journaling process, if you want to call it that. Uh-huh. But you got to be, you know what I'm saying, subjective. You can't be, or is that the right word? Or,
yeah, subjective.
Yeah, you can't. You got to be.
Or objective. I'm sorry. Yeah, objective. Subjective would be how you feel, or like your opinion. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you got to be, you know what I'm saying. You got to be the same way that you would be with him as anybody. You know what I'm saying. Even someone that you don't care for at all. Even if you had Nicholas Fuentes on here, you know what I mean. You'd have to be the same way with him. As you. I think, and honestly, bro, it's really just like he would just be such a fun person to like talk to, just because like I said, like when you talk to people, like most of the time, like when you talk to someone, you're gonna get somewhat of a scripted individual in front of you. Yeah. And I think that with him, like it may be at first, but that will quickly dissolve. Once
he starts to warm up and get comfortable,
quickly dissolves.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's what fascinates me about him anyway. Yeah. It's just like I'm just gonna tell you exactly how my conscience says it. Yeah. And if you don't like that, then like you can say something, like we can discuss it, and like I'll continue to discuss it. Like the damn Drink Champs, like I don't know what the guy's name was. There was Nori and the other guy, the Cuban male.
I can't remember his name either.
But like he said things they said things that got Ye to say what they wanted to hear. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's only because they pressed him. Yeah. Like they kept pressing. Yeah. Like, all right, you said this. Because sometimes that's what he does. Like Ye will just like say something like bland or like very vague. Yeah. And they just dive into it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think someone else that I would like to have coffee with is Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber? Yeah. Why Justin Bieber?
Just because like he's probably one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also like to have a cup of coffee with Elvis.
Elvis would be a good one.
Yeah. Dude.
I've always been a big fan of Justin Bieber, even back in Baby,
Always,
Baby.
I know every word of that song,
Bro, people used to hate on Justin Bieber
bro.
when he first came out like that,
like,
bro.
Y'all are haters, bro.
They were haters, bro. I was like, that's a good song,
dude.
I like that song.
Yeah, bro. Dude, Die Hard, JB. Like since he came out, I'm not joking.
I wouldn't say I was a diehard, but I've always been a
like,
JB
I never
fan.
bought any merch or something like that. But like,
right.
as far as like just appreciating the music and listening to it, like I was a real big fan of it. But like, I was not like, I definitely don't have anything that says Justin Bieber on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, dude, there's someone recently died. Man. Who's someone you'd like to have a cup of coffee with?
Man, I don't know. LeBron James.
Really?
Definitely LeBron James, bro. I want to meet LeBron James so bad, bro.
Really?
LeBron James is like one of the coolest people in the world to me, honestly.
Why?
I don't know, bro. Like, mainly because of like his work off the court. You know what I mean?
Really?
The fact that he's a black man that came into the league at such a young age, straight out of high school, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine that, bro. Like, graduating high school and going to the NBA.
Yeah.
And being the dude. You know what I mean? Like, you're the top dude. You know what I'm saying? All eyes are on you to be one of the greatest of all time. And you surpass and exceed that expectation. You know what I mean? Not only do you do that, but, like, you stay in the league for 20 years on top. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a hard thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, he's arguably still one of the best players in the league. Like, if you're taking a top 5 of any player that you can in the league, more than likely LeBron James is going to be on that list unless you just don't like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, like, even through all the people that don't like him, you know what I'm saying? He's faced so much scrutiny of so many people saying that, oh, you're not that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like people are always going to say that too.
Yeah, you know they will. You know what I'm saying? But like, for instance, Michael Jordan, like, he received so much love. You know what I mean? Like, the only reason why you didn't like Michael Jordan is because he beat your team. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why you didn't like him for the most part. Yeah. Everybody else, they loved him. You know what I'm saying? LeBron don't get that same love. You know what I mean? And he still continues to put on every single year. You know what I mean? And then when you look out what he's done off the court, as far as just being like an upstanding guy, you know what I'm saying? Like we were saying before, there's never anything, you never hear anything about LeBron James with a gun on live, you know what I'm saying? Or LeBron James beat his wife, or LeBron James caught in the club on TMZ kissing some model, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the case may be, like, he's just an upstanding dude, you know what I'm saying? He takes care of his kids, you know what I'm saying? He gets fat checks, you know what I'm saying? And Thumbing, bro. Thumbing through it, bro. And the funny thing about that is, like, a lot of people say they'll ask him, like, who's the cheapest person in the league? LeBron James.
The cheapest person?
Cheapest person.
Really?
LeBron James. Like, he's so cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, D Wade and stuff was just talking about, like, how he is, like, the cheapest dude ever. Like
he just don't just blow his money.
You just don't be spending a whole lot of money like that. You know what I'm saying? I think he spends more on, like, his health and stuff.
That's definitely something to admire.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And so, I don't know, bro. Like, someone like that, you know what I'm saying, that is able to stay, like, at a positive image and give you just straight up positivity and encouragement, and still perform at the level that he does. That's just somebody to me that, like, I look up to.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's
cool.
like, a huge, like, someone that I can remember ever since being a young kid till, like, now in my grown up 20s, you know what I'm saying, like, admiring, you know what I'm saying, and looking up to, and never having a reason to not look up to that person. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's probably dope. Would be my number one person.
Dude, I think it'd be nice to have a cup of coffee with Jesus.
I think so too. I was thinking that too. I mean, there's just, like, unlimited answers there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Out of everyone, like, that's probably like one of the, probably having a cup of coffee with Jesus would be, like, the top. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, I think sometimes I get, like, lost, or, like, I forget the fact that, like, Jesus is God. Yeah. In human form. Yeah. So, like, just like us. Yeah. But this individual's God.
But he's God, yeah.
So it's just like, like, I want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Some other people would be like, Martin Luther King would be someone that would be really cool. Like,
be cool, but
yeah. Like, so Dr. King, what about bricks getting thrown through your house window, getting shot at? Like, what about that keeps you going? You know, like your family's getting threatened.
Yeah.
Like, what keeps you going?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, bro, like, yeah, I think that'd be a really cool conversation.
I personally, like, even though I would probably say I follow more along the lines of Dr. King's, like, methods of, you know, handling the adversity,
Yeah.
I think I'd rather have the conversation with Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And pick his brain.
Turner.
Huh?
Nat Turner.
Nat Turner would be a good one.
Yeah. Like, what gave you the courage to revolt?
Yeah.
Like, I like to think that like if I was a slave, bro, I'd be like Nat Turner.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cause it's just like, and it's so easy to say, but like what you would do in that moment, it's like weird because like, all right, so like if I revolt, the only option I have is I'm going to either break free or I'm going to die.
We're going to die.
And I think that like in his mind, like, you know, Nat was like, I would rather die than be here.
Than to at least not try. I mean, it's just like we were saying in the one episodes, bro, like, just you couldn't imagine not trying. You know what I mean? Like, what if you stayed on that damn plantation your entire life?
Yeah.
Died on that plantation picking freaking cotton, knowing that you never even tried to run.
Yeah.
That would kill me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and like another thing that Skylar always says about me is like, I always try to find a way. You know what I mean? Like, and that, I feel like that spirit in me now would have been, you know what I'm saying, even greater back then. Like, I'm going to find a way off this goddamn plantation. Dude. You're not finna, like, I hate my job now, bro. I hate it, bro. There's no way that you could tell me that I'm just finna sit here and do this for free. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so I could just imagine, like, being out there just like, bro, I hate picking this cotton so much, bro. I would rather die than sit here, pick cotton, get beat, watch my wife. You know what I'm saying? And like, things like that.
And there was like like it would be, and like some, like in that time, like fear was something that was like, that kind of, that was utilized, you know, to make him submissive. You know what I'm saying? And like, that would be something, like the fear that would be instilled in the slaves I feel like would be such a greater magnitude than it is nowadays.
That's true.
And like that's something you got to overcome, like 100%.
Right.
Because like, dude, it's intense.
Super.
It's a disease, bro.
Yeah.
It's infectious.
Yeah.
And you would literally have to be able to overcome that.
Yeah.
It's wild. But yeah, man. Yeah. But yeah. So those are some pretty good historical figures.
Yeah.
To have a cup of coffee with.
Yeah. Yeah, when you ask the question, there's just so many people that run through your mind. You know what I mean? That you would like to conversate.
Because Steve Jobs would be cool to talk to.
That would be very inspiring to talk to. Steve Jobs. I'd even like to talk to Mark Zuckerberg.
You
know what I mean? Like
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, The Weeknd.
The Weeknd would be good.
He'd probably be sitting there crying, like writing. Table. Drake would be cool to talk to.
Yeah, I would definitely love to talk to Drake.
You know what I'm saying? Man, like there's just so many people that would just be cool.
Yeah.
To talk to.
Yeah.
Farrakhan.
I feel like he'd be too like, I don't know. I feel like the reason I would like to talk to Farrakhan is just because like it would go viral because I'm gonna be like, bro, you tripping? You know what I mean? Like, bro, chill out.
Bro, Mike Posner was someone I love to talk to.
Really?
So Alex Honnold, who free soloed El Capitan.
Yeah, I don't know who that is or what that is.
He climbed I think El Cap is like 3,000 something feet maybe. No tie off, bro. Nothing. He climbed. That's crazy. It took him 3 hours to do it.
That's crazy.
That takes some people weeks. 3 hours, bro. No harness, bro. You just go up there with your shoes and chalk and climb the whole thing.
No.
And you fall, you die.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would like to talk to him.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who I would like to talk to too?
Who?
The guy who killed Osama bin Laden.
Oh, Rob O'Neill?
Robert Phillips, I think.
I think it's
O'Neill.
Rob O'Neill.
Yeah, O'Neill.
Yeah, dude. I saw his. He did one with Joe Budden.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I seen the one he did with either Impulsive or Full Send. I can't remember.
Dude, the one with Joe Budden, bro. He talks about it pretty pretty vividly, bro.
Yeah, same
like,
in the one I seen.
Where like he was basically like killed the kid's dad and then moved the kid around like or something like that, and it's just like that's crazy, bro. Like,
that is crazy,
like,
bro.
Literally, tell you put a bullet right between his eyes.
That's
some marksman right there, bro.
Yeah,
like for sure.
And
but like, they're SEALs, aren't they?
I think so. I think they were SEALs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude. David Goggins would be cool to have a couple coffee with.
That dude right there is inspiring, bro. I feel like if I had a conversation with David Goggins, bro, I'd be a millionaire in a month.
He'd probably be like, dude, dude.
I'd like to have a conversation with Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
I'd like to have a conversation with Andrew Tate, boy. That's somebody I'd like to challenge.
Yeah, like on like what he'd be saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would love to challenge him.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to come prepared though.
Yeah.
Because Andrew Tate's gonna be ready, bro. You know what I mean? Like he's got an answer.
Dude, I think that it's not even that like he's just like prepared. I think he's mentally prepared all the time. But I think that's what it is. Like his cleverness, his wittiness, like well, not witty, very very clever, quick responses. Like I feel like because like in his interviews, like he don't be like his sound bites go viral because he's amped up on the camera talking to the camera.
Yeah.
But when he talks to people just like in normal conversations, bro, he's talking just like this.
Yeah.
Like he's legitimately like, you ask me a question, I answer it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's not like, I mean, like he will.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But like he's like those clips are a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But I think it would be cool to have a conversation with him.
Oh yeah.
Just because like I mean anyone that just says things that get people going, I would just like to hear like talk to you and like ask it from my perspective.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like sometimes, bro, like we think that we disagree with people, but whenever they explain it in a way that is in your kind of in your terms, or like you kind of like ask the questions to get understanding the way that you understand it. A lot of times, bro, I really believe that a lot of people would agree on more.
Yeah.
Like I think that like this country, we would agree on a lot more things if we just took the time to listen to each other.
Yeah.
And not just go off of like our like assumptions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like like let's just say like you're a Republican, I'm a Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Like if I view you this way, I know that this is a way that you're gonna think. That I'm less apt to engage in conversation with you just because like I already think I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like even though like that title is over them, bro, like if you just talked to the person and asked the questions, you know, sometimes you'd be like, dang, we think the same, but we go about it in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like you, like we just found common ground, but like I feel like you went that way and I went this way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
And some people don't want to admit that they find common ground with some of these people. You know what I mean?
Because like you just like don't want to be associated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
because I mean, overall as a whole, like someone like Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with how he says things and some of the things that he said, but there is truth to some of the things that he says as well. You know what I mean?
I think that's some of the issues with cancel culture that I don't really agree with. Because like like sometimes people do say outlandish things, but that doesn't mean that everything they say is outlandish.
Exactly.
You know, and like that's why I think that people should just like listen to what the person's saying.
Yeah. Before
you just kind of write them off. You know what I'm saying? And even if they do say something at a time that you know like think it's stupid or you don't agree with, like that doesn't mean that the next thing that they say is going to be something that's crazy. Because like like there's a lot of things that Andrew Tate says that I'm just like, dang, like that's. Which is social media, bro. Like, like if you don't like you need to set a hook. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to play the dopamine game when it comes to social media. Yeah. And if I can incite emotion in you, then like I'm gonna get more people to see this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like there's an aspect of that people like forget about with social media. Yeah. And like for sure, whether you want to like agree with it or not, like that's the fact of this reality. Yeah. Like. You gotta get the hook set, and a lot of times the hooks that get set the best are the ones that like piss people off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then you like hear him in an interview, and it's just like, dang, that is not really how you are at all. Yeah, like you are a different person. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like what like this whole time, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were an ass, and
yeah,
turns out you got class. And I'm just playing.
No, dude, for sure. Like you got to play the dopamine game when it comes to social media.
For sure. But man, well, that was a pretty dope episode for you guys, man. I think that pretty much wraps it up. I know we've been here for about an hour or something, about a little over an hour now. So, but any takeaways from today? Anything that you want to leave the people with?
Yeah, I'll say this. The easier your emotions are to provoke, the easier you're able to be controlled.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there. Yeah. Something I've struggled with, gotten better with, but still have some ways to go on. You know what I mean? So.
I think we all do. Yeah. Because emotions are the part of the it's natural. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, like there are things that may hurt you that like you didn't think was gonna hurt you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a part of it.
For sure.
So.
Man, that's good stuff right there. Make sure that you guys hit a comment below. Let us know what you guys were thinking. Also, drop some comments. Ask us some questions, man. We still ain't got no questions. I know you guys are out there watching. So if you're watching this right now, drop us a question below. Anything that you want answered, just drop it in there below. We'll try our best to make sure that it gets answered to the best of our abilities. But, hey, man, we appreciate you guys for staying tuned. Episode 6 in the books.
Well, we need to get off that number very quickly.
What, 6?
Yeah. Whoa. Don't say it. Don't say another one.
Don't say another one.
Don't say another one, bro.
All right, episode, please. But hey, man, we appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that like, jump in that comment section. Until next time, episode 777, baby. Let's go. We in that thing. Coffee and Kicks. We out.